Right? You people here? Yeah, it is going up and down. Right. So a person, whether it is a man reading Salat at home, or woman reading a Faras at home, or Imam in the masjid, is the Imam, etc. So he read 4 rakats. After the fourth rakat, he sat in tashahud, right? So then he was mistaken for a moment. His mind wandered and he stood up for a fifth rakat, right? So what we said he must do is, if he never makes sajjah, he must come back down, sit in tashahud, make salam, and finish salah. His 4 rakats is solid, right? But once he makes sajda for the fifth rakat, then it's better to make a sixth rakat. And after he makes a sixth rakat, what he'll do, he'll make such a shahud to compensate for not coming properly out of the farz namaz, and also to compensate for not entering the sunnat namaz properly. And then the 4 rakats will be 4 farz of Zohr or Isha or whatever. And then the two after it will be a nafal, but the two nafal cannot substitute for the nafal of Zohar, right? Are you with me? That is all in its place. So they will say, وَإِذَا يَجْرِ السَّهْوِ اسْتِسْعَارًا لِتَمَكَّنُ الْإِنسَانِ فِي الْفَرْضِ بِالْخُرُوجِ لَا عَلَى وَجْهِ وَعَلَى وَجْهِ الْمَسْنُونِ وَقِيلَ وَفِي النَّفْلِ بِدُخُولِ لَا عَلَى وَجْهِ الْمَسْنُونِ. I told you that is all in its place. That he will do the sajda sahu because he never come out of the salat in the proper way, and he never go into the sunnah nafil namaz in the proper way. وَلَوْ قَطَعَ لَمْ يَلْزَمْهُ الْقَضَاءُ لِأَنَّهُ مَغْنُونٌ. And I told you, if he just decides to abandon that fifth rakat and sixth rakat, we won't say the normal law is lazima naflu bishuru'i. When you start a nafil namaz, in fact, not only in your nafil namaz, in the Hanifa madhab, if you start even a voluntary fast, you say today, I'm going to fast on the 15th Shaban, or I'm going to fast on Monday, or I'm going to fast on Thursday, or just, I'm just going to fast today. Then once you start the fast, it breaks lazima naflu bishuru'i, right? So yeah, if he decides to abandon that fifth rakat, he just makes salams and he come out of salat, or even in the sixth rakat, he doesn't complete it and he abandoned it, the normal law of a nafil becoming wajib by starting it is not applicable here. You understood? So only in the Hanafi method you get this here, that when you start something out of your own, it becomes necessary upon you to complete it. And I tell you, it means lazima naflu bishuru'ihi, that the nafil becomes wajib by starting with it. Right. So, but here, if he abandoned it, we won't say any nafil is wajib upon him, but a simple reason because he did not intentionally start in a nafil namaz. He did not intentionally start. He was mazmoon. You can say he was laboring under the false notion that he still got 2 rakats of first namaz left. Are you with me? Right. Now, there's an interesting masla. So the next masla is this here. If the imam, right, he finished the 4 rakats, right? He sat in tashahud for the fourth rakat, right? And he's reading the fifth rakat and he's reading the sixth rakat. And somebody came late in, right? And they joined the imam in the fifth rakat and the sixth rakat, or the sixth rakat. Now, technically speaking, the imam is already finished with what? Technically speaking, he's already finished with the farz. So that's what we're discussing. وَلَوْ اقْتَدَى بِهِ إِنسَانٌ فِيهِمَا. So if a person came and he joined the Imam in the fifth rakat, yusalli sittan in the Abi Muhammadin. So now, under normal circumstances, if the Imam is reading 4 rakat Zohr, right, the Yusuf, and you came late, then you're going to complete the 4 rakat Zohr. If you join him in the fourth rakat, the second rakat, you'll sit. The third rakat, you won't make the shawd. And in the fourth rakat, you'll make the shawd. So now, well, we say that that's what you call the masbook. Must he only make 4 rakats farz, or must he make 6 rakats with a nafal? You understand what I'm saying? You found it, Luqman? You found it? You understand what I'm saying? So somebody will say, look, no, look here, 4 rakats is farz. So if he came late, he must just do the 4 farz. You must just do the 4 farz. Someone will say, no, look here, you made iltizam of following the imam. So you must join the class, inshallah. You must join the class. So somebody will say, no, look here, he is following the imam, and innama ju'ila al-imamu liyu'tamma bihi. The imam is made that you must follow him. So even though only 4 is farz and 2 is nafil, you must read all 6. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I already explained to you what is happening there, right? Right. See, وَلَوْ اقْتَدَى بِهِ إِنسَانٌ. If an insan followed him here in the first rakat or sixth rakat, يُصَلِّي سِتًّا إِنَّ مُحَمَّدٍ. He will have to read 6 according to Imam Muhammad. لأنه هو المؤدى بهذه التحريمة. Because look here, the Imam, how many rakat is the Imam doing, Luqman? The Imam is doing 6 rakats with that tahrima. And you join the Imam in this tahrima, so you must also do the 6 rakats, right? You know, I often tell a student, sometimes we're doing some masla, ne? Sometimes the masla don't seem so relevant. Where is it going to happen? But sometimes the usul is so important. Like I gave you a classical example of that, you know, where we say that you can't go against the Imam, you must follow what the Imam says. Even though that masla, we're not following it, but we understand from that masla, the masla of witr, that you can't, like how some ulama say, that when the Imam in the haram, when he reads 2 and you read 1, you mustn't make salam, but you don't, you carry on like a masbook, and when the Imam stands for the third rakat, you join him. Now you see, we never understand it masla directly from the kitab, but we understood that usul, that in the Hanafi madhab, you can't make mukhalataf of the Imam. So you, sometimes the masla itself is not so relevant, but the usul behind it, that is a mufti, that is a, not a gufti, that is a mufti. You understand the usul behind the thing and you can apply it to other scenarios. So here, the usul Imam Muhammad is saying, look here, no, no, no. Even though the 2 rakats is nafal, right? But look here, when you said nawaitul iqtida'a, you know, when we saw they taught us that you must do that. I know when you, but it's not necessary to, so long as you know what your intention you make. Although in the kitab they say it's better to verbalize the intention because it helps you create presence of mind, etc., etc. But when we talk small, nawaitul iqtida'a bihad al-imam arba'ata rakhati zuhrin, etc., it's not necessary. Although the fuqaha is good to do it because it helps you make istijma of your akal, you know, to concentrate. But be that as it may, Imam Muhammad is saying, look here, you have pledged to follow this Imam. And this Imam is reading 4 rakats first and 2 rakats nasr. So you must, even though you came late, you have to complete 6 rakats. Fahimta? All right. So he's saying, so Imam Muhammad says, ولو اقتدى به إنسان فيما يصلي 6 إلى محمد لأنه المؤدى, because مؤدى means 6. You can write, if I was you, write there on top of مؤدى, because 6 لأن المؤدى بهذه التحريمة, because 6 rakat is being started with this tahrima, so you must do all 6, you understood. But Imam Abu Yusuf and Imam Abu Hanifa say وَإِنْدَهُمَا رَكَتَيْنِ. Why? You only have to do 4 rakats first. You will just have to do 4 rakat. Why? لأنه استحكم خروجه عن الفرض. Because look here, when that Imam sat in the tashahud, right, what he done? Yeah, sorry, I missed something important. This must refer to where he joined the Imam after he done the 2 extra rakats. You can say he was the Imam was yeah. No, okay, it refers to, just 1 second, let me double check this here. I'm just trying to ascertain. I missed this part of where did he join the Imam exactly? Was the Imam in what part of, was he in the 5th rakat or the 6th rakat? See if you can find. Yeah, okay, okay, yeah, they say it's general. Yeah, in the Shara it says general. Doesn't matter where you join him, where you join him in the first namaz or the nafil namaz, right? So ولو اقتدى بإنسان, so صاحب Shaykhain says لأنه استحكم خروج عن الفرض, that you only have to do 4 rakats. Why you have to do 4 rakats? Because the Imam has properly come out of the 2 rakats. When he sat in tashahud, that was the exit. That was the exit of the first namaz. So he have to only, if he missed some rakats, he only have to make 4 rakats after that. لأن الإمام استحكم خروج الفرض. He came out of the first namaz properly. So the first namaz is separate from the nafil namaz. So as a result of that, it is only necessary on the muqtadi to fill in the missed rakats of the first namaz. Are you with me? Right. right لأصح الفوزي ولو افسده المقتدي لا قضاء عليه إن محمد اعتبار الإمام. Now interesting, yeah. If the muqtadi read the first namaz with the imam, but he abandoned the extra two nafil, what he done? Then according to Imam Muhammad, yeah, also there's no qada on him. Why? Because he says, look here, there's no qada on the imam. Remember we said that the imam is masnoon. The imam didn't intentionally enter into these two rakats. So if he abandoned it, there's nothing wajib upon him, right? So same thing here, he's saying that you follow the imam. So since it's not compulsory upon the imam, put it that side out of the way, put it that side, because we're going to sit here or pack it there, right? So he's saying same thing, like how it is not necessary upon the imam to make a if he abandon it. Here too, it will not be necessary on a muqtadi. So whatever is applicable for the imam is applicable to the muqtadi. So what we're saying is, like after the 4 rakats, the muqtadi say, hey man, this imam is reading 6 rakats here, I can read 2 rakats. And he just got up and he left the extra rakats. Like, so we say, like how it's not necessary on imam, it will not be necessary on him as well, right? You understood it? ولو أفسد المقتدي لا قضاء علينا محمد اعتبارنا. وإذا أبي يوسف يقضي ركعتين. According to Imam Yusuf, no. He cannot just simply abandon the extra 2 rakats. He'll have to complete all 6 rakats with the Imam. Why? He said, look here, the Imam was excused from making qadha because he done it under false pretenses. He thought, he's still doing the farz. So he didn't intentionally enter the nafil. So he got an excuse. But here, the muqtadi don't have that excuse. The muqtadi, he has undertaken to follow the Imam. So he must follow the Imam. You understand what I'm saying? That's what he's saying. So that's in the Abi Yusuf, yaqdi rak'ataini. If he abandoned the 2 rakat, he'll have to do it. He will have to do it. لأن السقوط بعارض. Because it dropped off from the Imam, that is with a reason that is specific to the Imam, and that is he read that the Namaz under false notions, and yet the Muqtadi, he doesn't have that false notion. He is supposed to follow the Imam because إنما جعل الإمام ليقتدى به. You understood that? Okay, we done very little today. Inshallah, we'll try to carry on, catch up on Monday. So I hope it's clear. There's quite a few usul that came through the 4 day. I hope people caught all that usul, inshallah. Yes.